First, did you have a father?
Yes.
You grew up with your father in the
Yes.
house. Okay.
Yes.
Second, I was going to ask, but you look like you was about to get there. Was you? Did you always have this mindset?
No. So I grew up with both of my parents. My parents are still married to this day. They've been married for about 29 years.
Ooh.
So I think my perspective, my mom, and she was a housewife. Like, she wasn't working after me and my siblings left the house. Now her and my dad work together. But
Mm-hmm.
so I was raised seeing like a wife in the household, and my dad is a very like masculine, like, fix stuff and
So
take
you
out the trash type.
understand. You understand what submission to a man is.
Yes, I
Looks
do.
like. You're absolutely right. And when it comes to men and women, a lot of women don't like to accept the innate characteristics of men and women. You know,
Mm,
they don't understand it. See, the thing is, we fear what we don't understand.
yeah.
And when we, plenty of situations I've came into, and I was like, I don't know. My wife,
Mm.
she be trying to make me eat, or not make me eat, but she eat avocado. I hate them. I hate them. But I
She's
tasted it
smart. She's a
before.
smart woman.
Yeah, I tasted it and it's good. But
Mm.
I don't like the look of it. It looks like baby shit. It does. Yeah, I'm sorry. And I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna be eating baby shit. But when I look at it, it's like, it's foreign to me, so I don't mess with it. I fear it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's a fear that people have of the unknown. So my job on these, on this content creator tip type shape, form, or fashion,
Mm.
I try to be the conduit to women and tell them, look, you made a mistake. We need to address it.
Mm.
We can't just keep on doing what we've been doing, because what we've been doing produced 84% of babies being born without fathers in the house.
Right.
And the thing about fathers in the house is this. You got to understand. A single father, they did research and you will see it. You will
Mm.
literally see it. If you're coming from a single father home, it mimics the two parent home.
Yeah.
That's because a man, a masculine, real man, not a Pookie or Ray Ray,
Yeah.
that person has so much knowledge, have so much logic. We think long term. I mean, my wife she be telling me things that, hey, we need to do this. I be like, hold on, let's just think about this real quick. And
Right.
she'll be mad at me, but in the long run, she'll be like, you got it. You see?
Yeah.
And it's not saying that women can't do it. See, these innate characteristics are exactly what it is. It's our foundation. The
Yeah.
thing is, I'm naturally a protector. I always wanted to protect my little brothers. I
Right.
always, like, even I had a pet snake. Like, men or boys, this is something that you don't have to
Right.
teach me. You don't have to teach me this shit. You really don't. But can I nurture? Yes. Can I can change the shit out of a diaper right now.
Yeah.
But before my firstborn, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
And the thing is, it's add-ons. If you have a child, you're just gonna know how to comfort that child. But I can teach you how to protect it. I can teach you how to provide it. Society teaches you how to do these things. So that's why women can go into the workforce and do the damn thing and be better than some men. But that's what my channel is about. It's not about bashing. It's about, like, the Alcohol Anonymous.
Yeah.
You have to admit,
Identify. Right.
thank you. That's all I be trying to do.
I
But
also
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I also think that we should try as women to look at things a little bit more logically. And I know, okay, so my perspective was not always like this, right? But I've really, worked.
I was gonna ask you first. Did you have a father?
Yes.
You grew up with your father in the
Yes.
house. Okay.
Yes.
Second, I was gonna ask, but you look like you was about to get there. Did you always have this mindset?
No. So I grew up with both of my parents. My parents are still married to this day. They've been married for about 29 years. So I think my perspective, my mom, and she was a housewife. Like she wasn't working after me and my siblings left the house. Now her and my dad work together. But
Mm-hmm.
so I was raised seeing like a wife in the household, and my dad is a very like masculine, like fix stuff and
So
take out the trash type of.
you understand what submission to a man is.
Yes, I
Looks
do.
like. Okay.
But when I moved out when I was like 17, and I think culture kind of shifted the way. Not, it didn't take away from my roots or how I was raised, but I started seeing like things from a super not literal, liberal perspective. I think, and that's mainly due to social media. But then honestly, I came across like Kevin Samuels or channels like yours, or just having people in my life really like, and I don't know, one day I was just like, wow, this stuff does not make any sense. Like, you know,
If you
um,
don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay, cool. I'm just trying to get the timeline of. Okay, okay.
Yeah. So one thing that I was gonna say is that so my brother, my younger brother is married. Him and his wife have two children, and they have a boy and a girl right now. So let's say my nephew like falls, right?
Mm-hmm.
My sister-in-law is gonna hold him and hug him, and like
Mm-hmm. I know
cuddle
you
him. My
about to
brother
go
gonna be
there.
like, bro, get up, let's go. And I think that that's needed in the household, and
It
that's just
is.
one small example, but that's needed on every scale, right? And my my point that I would like a lot of single moms to see in regards of like raising the children is that a lot of modern women these days, um, we will say, oh, men ain't ish, men are soft, men aren't really being men or things like that, right? But these men cannot be they have no choice but to be soft and more feminine and not really, we're like, how many men know how to fix a car? And it's like, well, my brother knows how to do that because my dad taught him, but the men that are being raised by single moms, a lot of them might not know how to do things like that because they wasn't raised like that. So then I'm thinking, so does it logically make sense to you as a single mom to think that you can raise a man to be a man when you're complaining about the men who were
Mm.
raised by single moms not having those manly traits? It's just a cycle that keeps repeating itself. And I'm like, okay, if we keep complaining about the quality of men that we have and we say like, oh, men aren't really men, why are they not really men? Because they're being raised by women, and women can't teach men how to be men. So I'm
Exactly.
just, you
And
know,
you put that very beautifully, and I'm attest to that. Like I I came into my masculinity probably around 2013,
hmm
2014 when I started listening to Tommy Sotomayor, the great Tommy Sotomayor. And I hated this guy at first. I was because I was the all black women are queens, and we gotta protect them at all costs, my brother, and all of this, right? And it was because of me growing up under the tutelage of my single mother. Now, my single mother, she didn't do the average single mother shit, but she did do single mother shit. And I grew up under that. Like I grew up under my mama titty. Like literally, they thought I was never going to leave the house, right? And I acted like a little bitch. I never took accountability. My temper was up here, and I'm still working on a lot of these things because, like I said, when you are raised by a woman and you're a man, you cannot express yourself the way you want to based upon that being a woman.
yeah.
And you like I can't hit my mother, when she smacked me up. Like, that's emasculation. You see what I mean? Of me when I'm 12, 13, 14. These are the years where, you know, all of my adolescence is coming up. These hormones are coming up. So, you know, you need a man.
Yeah.
A boy needs a man, even if you're gonna fight your daddy. The thing is, I'll be fighting my daddy instead of a dude on the street.